traditions continues with the St. Patrick's Day festivities in Capitol Hill. And we also take a trip to Guatemala's Philadelphia Coffee Resort to find out where your cup of coffee comes from.
Hello and welcome to OC News. I'm Adriana Martinez.
And I'm Lisa Love. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
We start the show with the latest on Cal State Fullerton's ASI election campaign. It's time again to vote for your student president and vice president, and plenty of other positions. We go to OC News reporter Jasmine Collier, who has the very latest.
ASI elections for Board of Directors representatives, as well as the student body president and vice president, are coming up. Elected officials will serve a one-year term. The campus-wide elections will be held March 18th through March 20th, either online or on campus. Harpreet Bath and Michael Basal are one of two candidate teams for the president and vice president position. Missy Mendoza and Josue Rodriguez are the opponent candidate team. Candidates for all 8 colleges are also going to be on the election ballot. This past week, both the board of director candidates as well as the president and vice president candidates had debates. March 20th, the official results will be announced in the TSU in Heatherbrink AB at 8 p.m.
A 4.4 magnitude earthquake shook the Los Angeles Times this morning at 6:25 a.m., jolting some people awake just before sunrise. The U.S. Geological Survey said the quake centered about 6 miles northwest of Westwood and about 15 miles northeast of downtown Los Angeles. There are no reports of serious damage or no injuries. From CSUF faculty fitness programs to school lunch funds for students in Minnesota, Jennifer Aceves has all the details in this edition of our Health Watch.
Thank you, ladies, and hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in tonight. In local news, Cal State Fullerton faculty and staff members have found a way to work out without having to drive to a busy fitness center. It's the Employee Wellness Program. The program offers faculty and staff opportunities to participate in a variety of physical activities and health-related assessments. Offered year-round are strength and conditioning and women's workout courses, as well as yoga, Pilates, lap swimming, and open gym classes. It's not too late to sign up. Mid-session registration begins tonight, March 17th. For more information, check out the EWP website. In tonight's Health Minute, we're looking at new blood pressure research that could affect millions. And do health foods have a place at concession stands? Here's CNN's Martha Shade with the stories.
New research in the latest issue of the journal Neurology suggests people with even slightly higher than normal blood pressure may be more likely to have a stroke. Researchers found that people with slightly elevated blood pressure, or pre-hypertension, were 66% more likely to have a stroke than those with normal blood pressure. The results stayed the same even after investigators adjusted for other stroke risk factors like diabetes and smoking. The CDC says nearly a third of American adults have the condition. And a new study in the Journal of Public Health says if concession stands offer healthy foods, they will sell. University of Iowa researchers went to a local school district's concession stand. They added healthy foods like apples and string cheese to the menu and used healthier ingredients in classics like nachos and popcorn. The results? Sales remained stable, and profits even went up a bit. The classics still sell well, but the school says consumers respond well to having a choice. For today's Health Minute, I'm Martha Shade.
At St. Jude's Hospital in Memphis, Tennessee, doctors of 7-year-old patient get the okay from the FDA to use an experimental drug that could potentially save his life. Lauren Squires has the story.
Well, this afternoon during a teleconference, doctors here at St. Jude confirmed that 7-year-old Josh Hardy did in fact receive that experimental drug on Wednesday night. They say though he has a long road to recovery and is still very sick, it's providing a small glimpse of hope.
We really don't care what excuses there are. They have something that can help our son, and we as parents are going to do everything we can possibly do to help him.
That was Amy Hardy on Monday on Action News 5 at 4. By then, her son's story had garnered national attention, and by Tuesday, the FDA gave the drug company the go-ahead to allow St. Jude to use the experimental drug.
Battling this viral infection is one of many components of Josh's treatment.
The drug helps treat that viral infection, and doctors say the oral version is taking less of a hit on his kidneys.
He's been in the ICU here at St. Jude for several weeks following a bone marrow transplant and is facing critical complex medical problems.
Wednesday night, he received the drug, and doctors say he's in good spirits. By Thursday, he may even walk outside and enjoy the Memphis weather. Meantime, his parents are by his side, only updating us by phone that his spirits are high. Doctors are grateful for the support and hope it paves the way for others.
He is a very sick little boy, and this is a marathon, not a sprint, in terms of providing his treatment going forward.
Doctors say Josh is tolerating the drug well, but it will take time to determine whether or not it's working. In Memphis, Lauren Squires, Action News 5.
Minnesota's House wants to make sure all kids get a hot lunch at school. The House passed a bill Thursday that provides $3.5 million in state money to pay for hot lunches and for students in need. And that concludes our health segment for tonight. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. Back to you, ladies.
When we come back, the most up-to-date information on world news.
And we take a trip down to Guatemala for a tour of the Philadelphia Coffee Resort. Stick around.
Hi, how are you doing today?
What looks good?
Our special today is shrimp scampi. It's been sitting around for about a week.
Excuse me, what time are you guys leaving? We're gonna rob your house tonight.
Don't you wish there were warnings to protect you from life's risks? With diabetes, there is one. It's called A1C, a simple blood test that helps measure your risk of serious complications. Learn more at diabetesaonc.org.
Pants, pants, pants. I am folding the pants. The pants are long. Do they go on my head? Do they? Do the pants go on my head? No. They go on.
Everyday moments can become teaching moments because learning starts long before school does. Give your child the start they need at bornlearning.org.
For the latest on what's happening around the world, Jen Moynihan is here with World News.
In honor of St. Patrick's Day today, politicians on Capitol Hill are setting their differences aside. Speaker of the House, John Boehner, hosted the annual St. Patrick's Day lunch for visiting Irish Prime Minister Kenny, President Obama, Vice President Joe Biden, and members of Congress. Festivities included a performance by an Irish musical group from Philadelphia. This year marks the 31st anniversary of the tradition, which began in 1983 by President Ronald Reagan. Malaysia's Prime Minister says he now believes foul play may have caused the disappearance of Flight 370. Data from a satellite confirmed that the flight deviated from its original course. The last report communication was at 8:11 a.m., 2 hours after the plane's scheduled arrival at 6:30 a.m. in China. Investigations as to why the communication systems were disabled are also underway. As for who may have done it, authorities say that deactivation would require extensive knowledge of the plane's systems. About 1 million votes cast on a small Black Sea peninsula. It doesn't sound like the stuff of international headlines, but what is happening in Crimea is said to have an impact that resonates around the world. CNN's Scott Thompson has the latest.
People in Ukraine's Crimea region went to the polls Sunday. They voted in a referendum to decide whether Crimea should become an independent state or join Russia.
This is about 50% of the ballot papers. For the first questions, are you in favor of joining Russia? 95.5%.
The results of the referendum on the region's future is in little doubt. Most of the Crimeans are ethnic Russian and have said that they want to join the Russian Federation. But leaders of many nations, including the U.S., the UK, and France, said the vote should have never taken place. And if Russia moves to annex a peninsula, it will be in violation of international law and will have to face the consequences.
Russia is a gas station masquerading as a country. Economic sanctions are important. Get some military assistance to Ukrainians, at least so they can defend themselves. Resume the missile defense system in Poland and the Czech Republic.
So what happens next? Crimea's government is expected to declare independence and ask Moscow to join the Russian Federation. Russian lawmakers say they would vote on that this Friday. Why should the American people care? Many worry Vladimir Putin is looking to restore the former Russian Empire, and there could be fears that a new Cold War could ignite. Sunday's events in Crimea are the culmination of weeks of regional tension and international fallout. In many ways, the referendum is just a precursor of even more testing times ahead. I'm Scott Thompson reporting.
Do you ever wonder where coffee comes from before it gets to the store? Our world correspondent Abraham Williams went to Guatemala to visit the Philadelphia Coffee Resort to find out.
Over the cobblestone roads of Antigua, Guatemala, a bumpy ride through the town begins our visit to the luxury coffee resort that supplies the R. Dalton Coffee Company.
We're at the Philadelphia Coffee Resort. Today we're going to check out how coffee is made. Come with me, let's get some tickets.
Don't miss the bus for a scenic trip onto the tropical mountainside lined with coffee shrubs. If you feel the earth shake, the Volcán de Agua, or water volcano, is a neighbor.
Yeah, it's moving now, see?
I joined tour guide Roberto Antonio with a group of tourists for a quick stop at the nursery and an explanation of the coffee produced in the region.
For example, Cobán, Antigua, Atitlán, nice and creamy. See? Like a tiger skin, which is the best.
The coffee berries are hand-picked, squeezed, and then set out on the patio to dry for 15 days. The creative patterns are made when the beans are turned during this process. The beans are then selected for export.
This one here, see? Nice and formed, nice and shaved. Good color, that's the one we use for export.
The coffee continues to go through the packaging process and the tourists get to taste all the benefits.
Thanks to Antonio Roberto and the Philadelphia Coffee Resort, from Antigua, Guatemala, I'm Abraham Williams.
Well, that's it for World News. Back to you, Adriana.
When we come back, the latest in entertainment. A popular actor is in hot water for a DUI arrest.
And an outlook of the weather for today and the rest of the week. We'll be back.
It's one of the many ways to fight osteoarthritis pain. For more information on managing pain, go to fightarthritispain.org.
So, April,
yeah?
You know your charger's still using energy when it's plugged into the wall, right?
Yeah, but that's not my charger. I don't even have a cell phone.
Millions of kids are using their energy wisely. What's your excuse?
A popular film actor finds himself on the list of celebrity DUIs, and one of the most popular recording artists today finds herself almost bankrupt. Our entertainment guru, Denise Salcido, has these stories and so much more.
Lady Gaga, the queen of wild fashion, talks about how she almost went bankrupt during her Monster Ball tour in 2009. And Miley Cyrus is making headlines again today after she posted a photo of herself on Instagram with a furry little friend. CNN's Christina Muchler has more on these stories.
Lady Gaga hit it big but was apparently bankrupt. She makes the admission in an upcoming documentary about the CEO of Live Nation. Gaga says in the year 2009, when Poker Face was #1 and her Monster Ball tour was in full swing, she spent all of her money on her set, and that left her broke. Miley Cyrus is showing off her new tattoo. She posted this pic on Instagram showing the new ink of an emoji of a sad kitty on the inside of her lower lip. She also sent out a tweet that said, "Ouchie boo-boo." At the movies this weekend, the animated children's movie Mr. Peabody and Sherman took the top spot. In its second week out, it brought in $21 million. The bloody ancient Greece action movie 300: Rise of an Empire fell to the #2 spot. And at #3 was the car chase action flick Need for Speed. For Hollywood Minute, I'm Christina Muchler.
And Starship Captain on the popular Star Trek series, actor Chris Pine pleads guilty to drunk driving charges. Actor Chris Pine has pleaded guilty to drunken driving charges in New Zealand. Television New Zealand reports the star of the new Star Trek films was ordered to pay preparations and barred from driving in the country for 6 months. Pine was arrested back on March 1st. He was in New Zealand filming the upcoming sci-fi film Z for Zachariah. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Different cities across the world are paying tribute to the Irish. Today, the Duchess of Cambridge, Kate Middleton, handed out the shamrocks to Irish Guards in honor of this long tradition. Britain's royal family continued a St. Patrick's Day tradition. Kate Middleton, Duchess of Cambridge, presented shamrocks, young sprigs of clover, to soldiers from the Irish Guards today. Her husband, Prince William, stood close by. The tradition dates back to 1901. Meanwhile, in New York, the St. Patrick's Day parade is stirring up controversy. St. Patrick's Day celebrations are in full swing in New York. Crowds dressed in green lined the streets of Manhattan to watch the city's parade. Mayor Bill de Blasio chose to sit out the parade after organizers refused to let participants carry gay rights signs. 3 of the country's biggest beer companies also withdrew their sponsorship of this year's St. Patrick's Day parades over the issue. Organizers of the New York City parade did not immediately return calls for comment. At the top of the box office this week is Mr. Peabody and Sherman. This week it made $21.2 million, bringing its domestic total to $63.2. At the number 2 spot was 300, Rise of an Empire with $19.1 million. And coming in at the number 3 spot is Need for Speed. I forgot to wear green today, but my Irish side will be coming out later tonight. That's all for me today. Back to you, ladies.
Happy Monday, everyone, and get ready for a wonderful week. But first, I'm sure all you guys felt the earthquake in Los Angeles this morning at 6:30, a 4.4 magnitude according to the USGS. It hit right here in Santa Barbara. It hit in Los Angeles, and it made its way over to Santa Barbara. There were no reported injuries or damage. Now on to Orange County. Currently, we have highs of 75 degrees with lows of 52 in the evening. The humidity will be at 60% with winds at 16 miles per hour. Sunrise began today at 6:56 a.m. and the sunset will be at 7. It has been a hot one, you guys, to start off the week. Now let's go on to the 5-day forecast. Monday, which is today, we start off at 75 degrees. And tonight, it should go into 52 degrees. Now, as for Tuesday, it's mostly sunny with 79 degrees tomorrow. So make sure you guys get some suntan lotion. And then coming into the night, we have it at 52 degrees. Now, as for Wednesday, we see here Wednesday, we're going to reach 80 degrees, which, like I said, this is a wonderful week, you guys. And then coming into Thursday, we're going to be at 76 degrees. And on Friday, we're going to cool down a little bit at 70 degrees. That pretty much rounds up the week. And you guys have a great week. Happy St. Patrick's Day. And I know I'm not wearing any green, but please don't pinch me. Back to you guys.
That's going to do it for today's show. From all of us here at OC News, thank you for watching.
We'll see you next week and enjoy your St. Patrick's Day.